move that has sparked some debate.
So what's your take?
Well, the company's rationale is that it's a way to hedge against the Canadian dollar and potentially capitalize on the, growing legitimacy of Bitcoin. They seem to be especially interested in the emergence of Bitcoin ETFs.
Okay, hold on. ETFs. Some of us might not be familiar with that term. Could you break that down a little bit? What is an ETF and how does it relate to Bitcoin?
Sure. An ETF, or exchange-traded fund, think of it like a basket of assets. You can buy and sell them on a stock exchange. It's a way to diversify your investments without having to buy individual stocks or bonds. And in the case of Bitcoin ETFs, these funds hold Bitcoin, which makes it easier and more accessible for, kind of traditional investors to get exposure to the cryptocurrency market. So that's why a lot of people see these Bitcoin ETFs as a sign that, Bitcoin's becoming more legitimate, more accepted in the mainstream financial world.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So QNTM, they're betting on the future of Bitcoin. It's a risky move, but if Bitcoin keeps growing, that could pay off big time.
Yeah, potentially a huge payoff. And remember, they're not the only company doing this. A lot of companies are now looking at crypto as a way to, diversify their portfolios and potentially capitalize on this emerging market.
So they're pushing boundaries not just in the lab, but also with their investment strategy.
Yeah.
They're not afraid of taking risks, which is exciting, but can also be nerve-wracking if you're an investor.
Definitely a company to watch.
It is a company to watch. So before we decide if QNTM is the next big thing or a ticking time bomb, I think we need to, dig a little deeper into what's been going on.
Yeah.
What are some of the recent events or announcements that have shaped their journey over the past few months?
Okay, well, let's see. Well, one of the most significant things that happened recently was back on February 18th, 2025, when QNTM announced they were basically doubling down on that cryptocurrency investment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they added another $1 million, bringing their total to $2 million.
So they're still, really into crypto, even with all the other stuff going on, the treatments, lawsuits, that crazy stock. That's a pretty bold move, especially with crypto being so unpredictable.
It is a gamble, for sure, and it has sparked a lot of debate. Some people see it as a genius move, a way to stay ahead of the curve and potentially, reap huge rewards if crypto keeps going up. But others, they see it as a distraction, a risky bet for a company that's already facing a lot of challenges.
Yeah, I could see both sides.
Definitely.
It's kind of like they're playing a different game than everyone else. But let's not forget about those other challenges, especially the lawsuits. We talk about them suing some major banks for stock manipulation. But they're also going after their former CEO, Raza Bokhari. This lawsuit was filed on January 17th, 2025, and it just adds another layer of complexity to this whole thing.
It really does, and we don't know all the details because they haven't been publicly disclosed, but it's worth noting that leadership changes, like the one that QNTM went through, can sometimes lead to friction and disagreement